Do you think the Washington nastiness has infected states? Is it part of what's going on here?
Yeah, I think Colorado, so anyone who's followed politics knows that, I mean, everyone has their share of bumps, but I do think it's a fair characterization that Colorado's done business pretty differently than DC. Some of that's our culture, some of it's our laws. The fact that every bill has to get a public hearing, you can't pocket veto, that we've got single subject, that we don't get to do writers' earmarks, and the fact that we can actually pass a law at all, and do is different. But I think that the rhetoric, I think part of what's changed, and I think there is a role for the media in this as well, that I think we have a hardcore machine that is full-time in spin mode, where we've replaced a lot of news with basically hyper-partisan punditry and frankly stuff that I think borders on nearly hate speech every day, all the time, that isn't really designed to help people understand issues. And so to the extent that that's hardening, it's making it a lot harder to find people that you can work with. It's making primary dynamics. I mean, I'll at least say that, you know, when I'm working with Republican colleagues, those that work with us face a very real risk of reprisal on, you know, for not being pure enough. The second they work with us or vote with us on any bill, they are now facing a very real risk of primary on that, which means that the only safe thing for the Republicans at this point is just to keep their name away from anything that we propose. We're seeing that federally. We're starting to see that happen more at the state level. And while we had, you know, the overwhelming majority of our bills were done with bipartisan support last year, in the 9 years I've been there, we're seeing partisan votes on things that would have been bipartisan in the past. And so I'm concerned, one of the things that concerns me about not only recall is just that we wind up in a 24-hour campaign cycle where the goal is more to score political points or to embarrass somebody or to do character assassination than to actually sit down like adults in the room and identify some problems and take a, you know, a serious look at what we can do to solve those problems. And so I do think that's how far down the road DC is, and I think that if we're not careful, some of the best things of Colorado's culture are threatening to look more like DC.